they canceled the show when there was that shooting, right?
Yeah.
That was your second week there or something?
That was my first day shadowing someone.
First day shadowing someone.
Yeah. Shadowing, not even like a performer, it was shadowing carpentry. So just everything that happens behind the scenes. Moving props and up and down the lifts, stuff like that.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy first day that the Las Vegas shooting
Yeah.
is on your first day of work, pretty much.
Yeah,
At
first day
the
on
same
stage.
theater where it's happening. Like, not the same theater, but the same hotel
Mm-hmm.
that is going on. So can we tell that story? How
Yeah.
did that happen? So, what was your experience? You were in the middle of a show?
We're in the middle of the show, and then all of a sudden the show stopped, and they're like, I didn't even know anyone at this point, like,
Yeah.
or anyone in carpentry. I knew some of the performers, but I was like, oh, what's going on? They're like, oh, they stopped the show. There must be something going on in the casino, I think. I'm like, oh, okay. So then I kind of follow them back to like their room or wherever they go, and then all the performers went to the dance room, which was where we do like all of our quick changes. It's like right backstage. So I'm like separate from everyone right now. So I got people trying to figure out where I am, and I'm just like with carpentry. And then, luckily they have like TV, and they all have walkies.
Yeah.
And then one guy like pulled out like his police scanner app on his phone or whatever. So then we started listening to police scanner and watching the news, and then noticing that like, oh, there's an active shooter here, and that's why the show has stopped. But they didn't announce that to the crowd because they didn't want anyone to freak out.
Yeah, and they wanted everyone to stay in there?
Yeah, they want everyone to stay in there and just stay calm because they need to like control the situation before like.
But you guys couldn't hear shooting?
No,
You couldn't hear the...
It happened. It actually was. I think it was done with before we actually stopped the show.
Yeah, because it probably only lasted like 20 minutes.
Yeah, it was definitely it was done by the time we started. The show was stopped, but then there was a bunch of rumors about like how there's more shooters in other casinos, and then because people are just like scared and just thinking it's stuff.
Of course.
But so then I was just hanging out in that back room with them, with the carpentry guys, watching the news and everything, and I didn't have my phone on me. My phone was actually down in the basement, so there was no way to let Bethany know that I was okay.
Yeah.
But then she also didn't know about it until Amanda got home and told her, and it was like, don't freak out, but there's a shooting happening, and Elijah's there in like the Mandalay Bay, blah blah. But then I finally got someone to escort me down to my phone. We were thinking that's where everyone was gonna be, in the basement. Nobody down there. So then when I grabbed my phone, we tried to find where everyone else was, and they escorted me back up to the dance studio where everyone was, and they were like relieved that I was, there, not just roaming around, because it's like, I don't know, just getting to know like the stage and like backstage area. And then they decided that they're gonna move everyone back down to the basement, so I'm just going everywhere at this point. But there were like police officers on every door with like ARs.
Yeah.
Pretty much like if you were to go anywhere, you have to knock, say your name, let them know who you are before you go through the door. They said if you were to go through any doors quick, you'd probably get shot.
Fuck,
so that was scary going around there. But we got everyone back down to the basement, and we still got some people who have like the police scanners out and stuff. And finally got word that they have found where the shooter was or whatever. Actually, one of the hotel security is the reason why the shooting stopped. He heard about like where the shooting was, so he like went to go check it out, and he got shot, I think, in the leg or something. And so because of him showing up to the room, made the guy stop shooting, and then he started firing at the door. So then that's how they knew exactly where he was, and then that's how they came up. And yeah, so if no one would have responded to that, then it would have kept going on. So he's pretty much like a Vegas hero, pretty much.
He's still alive, right?
Yeah.
Dang, that's a crazy situation.
And then we were on lockdown for like, well, let's just say in our normal days we have trainings, or the earliest we can be in is at like 2. But I'm sure, like, I don't know what their call time was that day because I wasn't training yet. So I would just say, like, our call time normally is 5:30. We didn't get released till about 6 a.m.
Damn.
So we were in
the theater
lockdown
for like
for
8 hours or
in
more?
the basement with no Wi-Fi, barely any service at all, and they wouldn't even let us out of the out of our dressing rooms until like a couple hours in, and then they're like finally let people start going to the green room, where we have Hulu, so that was good.
So you guys were just watching TV?
So then we were just watching movies until we got released, and then we weren't allowed to go to the parking garage to get our cars at all because they thought there was some suspicious activity going on there too. So all of our cars were there, so a lot of us had to like walk and get out of the range of like everything that's going on to catch an Uber or a taxi or something. But like they were blocked off like everything.
So you left your car there overnight?
Yep.
Did they give you a parking ticket?
Mm-mm.
I would hope not.
Well, it's probably parked in employee parking, so I'm probably fine.
That's a crazy first day of work. And
Yeah.
what has the show been canceled for since then? Just like technical difficulties?
Just technical stuff. Yeah.
Full on cancellation of the show?
Not full on cancellation. No, we haven't done that since there hasn't been a full cancellation since that shooting happened. Normally, even if it is like 10 to 15 minutes, it's something that they can like fix or move on to the next act, and they'll just like skip it if they need to. Yeah, there's been times where we don't have like Dirty Diana or something, or you know whatever, so it just goes to the next act.
But you guys always have your trampoline act in the show?
Yes, I've never not done it.
Are you jumping off the top now?
Mm-hmm. That's
So
where
it's
I
like
live.
20 foot trampoline?
It
it 20?
is 18 feet from the bed.
18. So you got trampoline 18 feet up,
Mm-hmm.
and you got 2 trampolines on the side, and your choreography is to jump off, bounce on your back, and come back up.
Yeah.
And you go to the other side.
And do it again.
Is
I do
there
it
any
again.
flips in this?
Yes.
So you're like doing a branding
So the first one just well, the beginning of the show we have pole drops. So there's a pole, kind of like a Chinese pole, that's on top, and so when you climb up there, you're probably looking at like 23, 24 feet.
Jesus.
Probably like 23 ish, around there.
You're dropping to a
And
trampoline.
you're dropping crooked to a 6x12.
Crooked to a smaller
So
trampoline.
the pole is on like, pretty much if you were to drop straight back from where the pole is, you'd be landing almost on the stage, like between the stage and the frame. So you have to turn and you drop in crooked and then shoot back straight.
To the pole?
You don't have to go back to the pole, but you just gotta make it back to the trampoline.
I would hope you would make it back to the trampoline.
Yeah,
Or else
so
what would
you
happen?
start crooked and then you go up, either straight or back to the pole, whatever you feel is normal or like more comfortable doing. Then from there I do a back tuck down right after that, and then I come back up, and then there I do a branny. This is all at full height. But then when I'm doing the jump back and forth, I think it's at the tramps are raised 9 inches, I think, which doesn't really
Yeah,
make it
doesn't
seem a
help.
lot less than what it is, but for some reason it does make you feel a little safer.
Yeah. 9 whole inches.
Yeah. So then that's when I do the jump back and forth at the very end of the show, or end of the act.
Wow. And Nightwalkers was 16 from the bed, right?
17.
So you're higher.
No, or 17.
Which one would you rather do?
I'd rather have a wall there for sure, because then if you need to bail, you have a wall to run.
Yeah. There's no wall, so that makes it
I think my
a lot
first
scarier.
couple of times, maybe my first time, is like you get in the habit of wanting to like save yourself, so you want to come forward. There's been times where I've like jumped down, bounced, and like landed like chest and my feet were dangling off the edge.
Oh, and then what happened? You just climbed up?
Just pull yourself up. This is like during training. Just because like at that point you want to save yourself, so you want to go forward and like reach and grab something because you'll feel safer than staying back and just letting your feet go. So.
Wow. That's pretty scary.
Mhm.
Okay, so how did you first start? Did you do trampoline as a kid, or did you do gymnastics?
I was in
And then you picked up-
gymnastics.
You just
So I was
and then-
all around gymnast at all 6, 7, 6 events, 7 events. Floor, bombers, rings, vault.
Did your parents own a gym?
Yeah.
Your parents owned a gym,
Mm-hmm.
and so that's where you and all your brothers trained.
Yeah.
What was it called?
Tumbleweed Gymnastics.
Tumbleweed Gymnastics.
Yeah.
That was in Dallas.
It was in Fort Worth.
Fort
Where it
Worth?
started. And then we eventually moved to another location that was in like Holton. But then our lease got cut early because they wanted to bring something else in that wasn't gymnastics, or in the gymnastics program that ended up not doing so hot. So, and that's when my dad went back to engineering.
And would you say, did you do trampoline a lot, or was it just kind of like something that was there and you didn't really touch it till you were like older?
I mean, I did tumble track, but it was never like straight trampoline.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. I feel like if I would, did you guys have one in the gym though?
The first gym we had, it wasn't even a spring floor, it was a foam floor. So I learned all my tricks on. So whenever I went to, like, gymnastics meets and had spring floors, we would fly because
Yeah.
we were used to being
Yeah.
on just foam blocks.
Yeah, that
And
if
carpet.
anything probably takes away from your bounce a little bit, huh?
Yeah. But no, I don't think we had a... No, I don't think we did. We just had a tumble track. We didn't have an actual trampoline. But, I mean, we had one in our backyard, but it was a black bed and it was terrible. But I mean, like,
Yeah.
we double bounce each other to get height.
And when
Sort
would
of
you
what's
say-
happening right now in the world with these crazy kids in the backyard.
Yeah. These kids are just like triple, quadruple bounce, standing all around in those circular trampolines with the nets
Mm-hmm.
and just launching kids up in the air. I wonder if anyone has just launched out and totally not landed in the trampoline.
I'm sure they have, but I'm sure they wouldn't post it. I don't know, maybe they would, because I know Phil's
They
do a lot
probably-
better.
They'd
Phil's do
probably
better than
post
wins. Yeah.
Huh. Knock on wood, hopefully that doesn't happen, but those kids are... I don't know why they don't just bounce on the nice trampolines.
Well, they're just as dangerous when they go to, like, Tempest or something on the super tramps.
Oh yeah, the super tramps.
So,
I'm not a fan of the super tramp. It's too slow of a bounce for me.
I don't like it either. I don't like it when they put it next to the wall either.
Yeah, no, it doesn't work at all. Yeah, Tempest has it backwards. They have their walls that you could jump off going to the super tramp where it's pointless.
Oh, like the smaller ones that you can use the top for, yeah.
Yeah,
I don't mind the large wall, though.
Yeah, the large wall is nice, but it would be nice if there was something to jump off of.
Yeah.
They have it backwards there.